Hey there, Max here, and we're back with some more Cultist Simulator. Last time we increased some of our power. We got another right, I recalls. We had a few dippings into the vaults of the lands, and we're almost done with those. And we got a few more books, read a few more books, did a bit through the stag door, and now we're dealing with a bit more of evidence because we've been naughty. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get the timer running. Let's see now where to continue from here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and start by leveling up these guys. I think that's fair. That way we can get another level 4 location. Go ahead and start by getting some reason out there. Ah, yes, and we also did move out to the Heriodox Church, so now we have a sanctuary. I went there first for a reason. And it's not probably the reason you're thinking of. It's more of a let's see what happens kind of thing. Whoopsie. Back over here. Also, we have been getting very annoyed with this whole working thing. Maybe we should do something about it. After all, we want money, but it just feels like it's taking forever to get, and we have so many close calls, I swear. I think today we might want to do something about that. I think a promotion is in order. What do y'all think? I'm sure we can figure something out. But for now, go ahead and upgrade that lore real quick. Bum ba da bum bum bum. Always wondered what we could really do with the sprint trio, because so far the things I've only really seen I could really do is sell it off for cash, or talk to Ibrahim or Ibn Aladim to get a hold of the Aramaic language. And then I can possibly use the higher scoring stuff for rituals, maybe, but I've never really figured too much what else I could truly do with it. Alright, we're sick again. Don't worry about that. Always getting sick. Here we go, double click. That's fine. Okay, got a couple of dread events coming here. Thankfully, we're not panicking yet. Let's see. There we go. Erudition. And then after we finish that, we'll read some of the books we got while we're waiting for the evidence to go away. Alright, and now we put our headquarters in. Thank you very much for the sanctuary. If you got it, might as well use it. Let's see now. Get a little more attention. Let's see. Oh my goodness, we're sick again. My goodness, so much sickness. We're getting down with the sickness. Let's actually put it a little more over here. That way I can kind of grab it whenever the window pops up. Just a little faster. I'm gonna scooch things down a wee bit more. Make a little room here, I think. Forbidden Epic. Let's go ahead and use that to get another location, shall we? Alright, go ahead and get healed up again. And let's go ahead and start translating. I think translating is a good idea first. We got a bunch of these books after all, might as well get them all ready for reading. Goodness, I would really like a promotion. I don't know about y'all. That would be so good for our funds. We would pretty much never have to worry about sickness or dread again, because we'd have all the money in the world to pay them all out. Money is power in this world as well, just as much as anything else. After all, without money really is the fastest way of healing yourself with everything. Oh, look who's back. It's the detective. Come to bother me again, Mr. Detective. I thought you would have more things to do. Alas, here we are. I hope you won't be too disappointed this time, either. Chasing dead-end leads again, Mr. Detective? Really? So unbecoming of you. Ooh, what have we here? Hebe is a ship. In fact, many ships have borne that name over the centuries. All of them have provided transport and accommodations to those who know something of the invisible world, and none of them show up in shipping records. But I've learnt that the steamer Hebestanton is docking soon in a grimy and unregarded port in a northern island. I could send someone to purloin unwatched occult luggage. Huh. That one is an interesting one. Because it is a vault, it is a location, but it is not like the others. It is very unique. I'm not even sure what type of level that is. A battered but surprisingly plush steamer, much used by actors fleeing scandal, by shy millionaires, by occult scholars who feel safer moving water under them, and, just once, by the Legia Club, who chartered the whole ship for the use of 7 cabins. 7 cabins? My goodness, there's a lot of 7 repeating up, doesn't it? I don't think it's the 7 dwarves either. Still, we have ourselves a new location. And we'll have to see about what we're going to do with that. In fact, if I put it over here, what's it say? So it is a straight-up expedition. Nothing really different there. Okay, we have that book read up. There we go. And one more book to translate. Oh, what's that, Detective? Disappointed that you didn't find anything on me? I swear, this case is a waste of your time. You could have so much better things to do, I'm sure. Go through the door and see about getting some more lore of the secret histories, if we could. Alright, now that the evidence is about to go away, we can go ahead and do something fun. Now then, I would like to do something a little different. I'm tired of working so hard for such menial pay and all this overtime. It's just so annoying. So perhaps we should take a little step up the ladder. What do y'all say? Let's take the step up the ladder. Oh, Rose, my dear. Can we have a talk? If you would be so kind. I am out of patience with this nuisance. This should be an end to the matter, but they could possibly survive, and the attempt will draw attention. Failure will kill your minion. Failure could kill the minion. You know what, Rose? I like it, but let's hold off on things for just a smidgen if we could. Let's wait for somebody who I don't care about to be involved, shall we? After all, don't need that. Imagine if we got this far, and to think we could get all that from books as well. Interesting stuff. I keep wanting to... I'm so used to the white door. Alright, well, while we're doing that, let's go ahead and do... Did we already do the level... Yes, we did. We already did that one there. Alright, we got a bunch of these Rose books of the Book of Rose. We'll save on that one a bit. Let's do the Wayne Scott Histories. Subtitled Stories Behind the Walls, a miscellany of non-traditional histories compiled by William Gore, including battles not generally acknowledged and countries which appear on no map, told in a playful, apparently fictional manner. Gore does not mention the Mansus directly, but constant coy metaphorical references to ascending the staircase of years, to the doors of sleep, and to the blue light of dawn suggest he had commerce with the unseen world. The blue light of dawn, you say? Interesting. What have we here? A shifty woman. Oh, that's nice and all, but I'd rather look for somebody a little more skilled. Abduct a stranger. A skilled disciple can possibly abduct an unwary victim. You know what? Why not? Let's see if we can get ourselves a victim. Why not? What do we use them for? I don't know, but you know what? If we get one, maybe it'll be fine. We have all this possible cult business. We might as well use it. Oh, a wait word. Back to work for now, but we will get somewhere at this, I think. Nope, nothing there. Ooh. Ooh. A match? That is very, very powerful. Level 10. Dang! That could kill somebody, I swear. In fact, I wonder. I do wonder. Alright, let's go ahead and level that up then, I think. So it looks like we got ourselves a little more history books. Nothing that we couldn't really already gain from the Mansus, but you know what? It is what it is. Ooh, hello! My minion has returned with a packaged prisoner. Ooh, and a little bit of money, too. Nice. Sometimes someone has fallen into your clutches. They won't survive forever. So we now have a prisoner! Prisoners can be handy every now and then. For whatever reason. I'm sure we could come up with something. Freedom, death, or... who knows? We'll come up with something about it. I wonder... wouldn't it be interesting if we could temporarily make somebody stronger? That would be nice, wouldn't it? I thought I would just check. It all has to be lining up with your current powers and such. And of course, notoriety is going to be a problem. Alright, well, I guess we'll hold off on that for now. We got a little bit of money, so we can handle being away for just a smidgen. Let's keep walking and see if we can find anybody useful, though, who we can find disposable. You are an experienced swindler. Nice, but we need a little bit something more than that, I think. Ah, there we go. Nice. Oh, we could have gotten a better one even after that. Oh well, better to get the sure thing, in my opinion. Let's see. Alright, the notoriety is about to bite us in the butt. I don't want to wait too long for it, though, unfortunately, so we are going to go through the rigmarole of painting it away for a bit. A little inspiration, perhaps? Actually, wait a minute. Why not? If we have it, why not? Let's see what happens with it. We're trying to see if we can find a hireling that's a bit of an assassin. It might be helpful. Not yet. I think we'll just use our funds for it. I've never really decided if I ever wanted to use these or not. Because, come on! If you can just buy it with a coin, which you have a lot of, why would you want to even bother with these pigments that are rare and you find in places? This seems like a silly thing to do, in my opinion. Oh, you're wasting your time, detective. I'm just going on a bit of a hobby of painting things away. I've just been sitting here painting my life away, sir. I don't know what you're talking about. Go ahead and finish working up that book. We got some money out of it, too. A little glimmering. A lot of mystique, which we shouldn't need to worry about unless we have another one of those pop up soon. Which hopefully we don't. But it's enough that we could still be able to fit it all in there if we had to. Alright, we'll take this moment to use our passion to get back in there. A little relentlessness. Not exactly the best thing to have, but it is what it is. And, oops, that's about to level up. I wonder what a thrilling air will turn into. Alright, that one says leveled up as well. And we can go ahead and level that up again. So we can go ahead and get another location of the level 4 size. Might as well. I mean, if we have it, might as well use the resources for it. And unfortunately, we have a bit more restlessness. It's gonna get a little troublesome there. Okay. We're back in our promoted spot again with Mr. Alden, our supervisor. Alright, we just have one more of these, and we should be fine on as far as the notoriety goes. I hate that dread. Looks so rough. Let's go ahead and get rid of one. Once we get another level up in our dedication, it may or may not help. Sometimes it'll help, sometimes it actually makes things worse. You never know until you get there. Alright. Irreduction, it is. He gave me a little glimmering just for a nice one as well. Never quite understood what causes those things to generate, but I guess maybe anytime you do something with those aspects, they just have a random chance of generating something, I suppose. Alright. Isn't it nice not having to be worrying about others, and you can just focus upon yourself? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and use this time to get rid of that. Don't even have to use my HQ for that. Alrighty, go ahead, pop that dread in there and use the contentment, and don't have to worry about that at all. There we go. Okay. So our very first prisoner has been caught. We could possibly use them for someone of the rights as well at some point. Because after all, I think each prisoner has their own set of things they can use, so it's nice to at least have them around. Let's see. Once this is done, we'll go ahead and explore for another location. There we go. And top that out. There you go. Let's see where we get now. I guess this is technically a level 4, since we did find it there, so I might as well just leave it there. Yeah, you're too late. I've gotten all the dread away. Now we're gonna get sick again. Lovely. And let's go ahead next and start reading some books. Let's go with The Locksmith's Dream. Trespasses. The third volume of Teresa Galmier's examination of parallels in the mystic dreams of artisans. In this volume, notoriously, Galmier's prose begins to disintegrate, and it is not clear which dreams are in fact her own. Oh boy, so she's becoming a bit more of an unreliable narrator, it seems like. Let's see. Oh, I thought we could use her for a trapping. I guess we can only use her for a right for now. Or something else. I don't remember if you can give prisoners to Poppy. Let's see, we have Grunwald's Permanent Circus! A tiny city of patched tents around a whitewashed farm. Hunched performers shiver in the dripping rain. Frau Grunwald has devoted her considerable fortune to the maintenance of this institution. Who knows why? The circus performers dislike trespassers behind the scenes. I actually remember this being a particular location in the Book of Hours. And I love how much they cross over. After all, they're... I'll go ahead and just move you over, just a smidge it over. Now then, get rid of that. We're gonna get sick, unfortunately, so that's gonna be a bother. Let's keep up our work of trying to find an assassin. The woman in the sand-colored robe has told me the stairways of the Mansus go ever up. Death is down. The mother of ants guards both directions with each of her heads, and so the passage must always be through a wound. I think the white door might be a wound. That's one reason the dead sometimes pass it. I think I have the other half of the secret now, and I hope my reader can put both halves together. Interesting. So it seems like Elamir is a bit insane, considering it's giving us moth reasons, but another thing to keep in mind is what she said about this Mother of Ants. The Mother of Ants is indeed another one of the hours. I can't remember which spectrum she's on, but I think she's on, like, 2, since she does mention about looking ups and downs. And that thing about wounds, knock actually works through wounds as well, from my understanding. Why? It's because it's technically like a hole to another plane sort of thing. It's just another word for a tear, after all. And, what the? A day for cartographers? Interesting. Let's see. Let's go ahead and just see what happens with this. I never really understood exactly how... Wait. Streets are strange in the hour called Menascate. Oh, interesting. You can go right from the beginning of things. You can kind of learn about one of the hours, it seems. Alright, next book. Chion at Abydos, a play dealing with the 9-year sojourn of a snow goddess in the Thracian city of Abydos by Apollo Fireweaver. It enjoyed success in London in its 1892 edition when it was republished from apparently an older Greek text. The entity called Chion arrives in a blizzard and demands the city gates are barred. As Abydos falls under her spell, the dead return but do not speak. This must be a winter book. Oh wow, we suddenly got a lot of funds. I guess we haven't been spending on nearly as much as we normally do. Alrighty, let's go ahead and see if we can't get lucky again. And a little bit of more spending on funds. Who we got? A shifty woman. How about we take a look and see what other kind of cult business we have to work with? Let's see now. We went with Lantern, that was augury. Edge was kidnapping. Moth was burglary, if I recall. Let's see what Winter is. Murder a stranger! A skilled disciple can probably bring back a fresh corpse. I think not! That is gonna bring back so much more levels of notoriety, I don't even think we want to touch that for a hot minute. Jesus! Yeah, okay. I mean, a corpse can only do so much. Yep, I knew it was going to give us some winter. A white ceremony. For 8 years, the city is a place of slow death, frosty ecstasy, and silent beauty. But in the 9th year, a conspiracy of shouts is mounted against the quiet that Shion demands. The conspirators open the city gates, and a scarred man comes to drag Shion out by the hair. Summer returns, but the conspirators die of remorse. What on earth? 8 years, the city is a place of slow death. Jesus. The 9th year, a conspiracy of shouts. Conspirators open the city gates, and a scarred man comes. A scarred man versus the Ice Queen type of thing. Interesting. I'll have to keep that kind of lore and keep that in mind in the future about anything else that might come up interestingly. Next, we'll go with a Treatise of Underplaces. Herein, the 17th century mystique and antiquarian Claude Hersal describes the bounds of underplaces on the borders of dreams. He warns that they shift over time. Another Hersal book! Why don't you see what you got? The walls of the Mansus, Hersal begins, are the size of starlight. Many of his directions are equally unhelpful, but common relationships do emerge. I've kind of noticed that. A lot of common relationships do emerge. Alright, we're starting to get enough money that work is not exactly a rush hour. Okay. After this, we might go poke around and the last areas of the blue. What's that? That's a bomb maker? Perhaps we shouldn't discuss politics just yet. Okay, that guy is powerful, but not quite what we were wanting. Actually, you know what? Why not? He's just a hireling. We can send him off on doing whatever, right? Although, I hope he doesn't blow up Glover and Glover. I kind of want that. Maybe just blow up his house or something? I don't know. But, you know what? He's got some edge? Let's use it. Why not? Oh. A picaresque account of a journey through nightmare, interspersed with what might be partial rites. On the 18th ascent is the bud. On the 36th ascent, the blossom. I wonder if that is actually useful or not. Nah, it's not. I believe that I was gonna say, but I believe that... I don't remember if you need 18 of an aspect to rise it for your dedication, or... But I think it's 31 or 20. It's a high number to get the gross up, but that is I believe those numbers may be important. We'll have to remember that in the future. What's the matter, detective? Having trouble tracking me down? Well, maybe this will help you out. A significant conversation in a smoky meeting room. What do I need for my follower? Add your cult to send them out on cult business. Oh, I could just send them out on cult business? What does he do? Craftsmanship. That's cool and all. But I think I got something for you I'd rather prefer we do. Would you mind, just dealing with this? After all, I don't care if he's lost in a blaze, after all. Sorry, detective. You're wasting your time. Let's read a book. How about we just read a nice book by the fire, shall we? A volume of collected teachings of the Sisterhood of the Knot, that arcane contemplative order that existed in all histories, but in some was very powerful indeed. This was recorded by Nuriel and dedicated to Saint Tryphon. Saint Tryphon, Nuriel explains, performs secret miracles in the name of She Who Bleeds and Bears and She Who Opens. I think those might be alternate names for 2 of the hours. Thus, Saint Tryphon opened the way to the House of the Sun, and thus Saint Tryphon underwent the Great Birth, an ascension to immortality. Immortality, you say? Tell me more. I wait baitedly. Haha, sorry, detective. You're wasting your time, and oh no. I await word on the results. Hopefully they hurry up, because there's an investigation about to hit again, and this time he may not be wasting his time, and I would like to have an open painting going at that time, if you don't mind. Oh, it actually might hit just in time. My minion has returned with a trophy! The annoyance has been extirpated. The man called Alden is gone. I may find matters easier when I return to work. Why, thank you. Oh. So then, before we might be having an issue here. I don't know if you can do... So, yes, corpses! Let's see. Even after the corpse is gone, no to remain. So, corpses! Those are our thing, as you can see. And you might be a little surprised, but a corpse is a bit of a clue for a detective. We may not want that to be around. Sadly, it doesn't appear that painting is going to get rid of it. Thankfully, it doesn't hang around nearly as long as notoriety. Problem is, we've literally got a season of suspicion on our butt. Let's see, what can we... Let's see about some rights, shall we? Let's see if we can't... Can we use this to dispose of a corpse? I don't know. I mean, I knew of one possible way of getting rid of a corpse, but, it's not exactly available to us right this moment. Hey, someone on the Grail side there. You want to have a word? I don't suppose you could do something with that. If we... In the meantime, we might want to be ready for anything. We are gonna wind up with more... We are so gonna wind up with more evidence on our butts. It's like, why do you have this corpse in your room? It's fake? St. Tryphon began his ascension by passing the Horned Door, which I believe is also it's the Stag Door, was called. By passing the Horned Door, he continued it by learning the Invocation Theatic, which Nuriel does not here record on account of extreme holiness. And Nuriel explains grimly, to achieve the 7 marks of the Great Birth, St. Tryphon consumed both those whose soul had left them and even those in whom the soul remained. I don't like that word consumed. And why am I not surprised it had Grail lore in it? Grail and Noct. That actually makes... You know, that actually kind of makes sense for what we just read there. Because Grail does often lead to cannibalism. And there's also a reason why I wanted to talk to the guy with Grail about a human corpse. Oh dear. Well, we can at least maybe keep him from taking the notoriety, and we can use it to burn up the restlessness. I don't know, it's kind of iffy. We're gonna see what happens here. Safe to say... Oh, nope, he just pulled it right out of there. Well, yeah, he just took that sucker. Safe to say, yeah, a human corpse is a pretty decent clue. Mr. Alden? No, I don't know. What do you mean, Mr. Alden? I don't know what you're talking about. That might have been a problem. Let's go ahead and read another book to... The offshoot favored by... Oh, let's see. The Roads of Wozni. The heretical teachings of a disgraced offshoot of the Sisterhood of the Knot. That arcane contemplative order that existed in all histories. This was recorded by Wozni and dedicated to Saint Respicious. The offshoot favored by Wozni, the true sisterhood, of course they would, followed Saint Respicious in pursuing ascension in the name of the door in the eye. Ah, that's a lantern, but with respect. The merciless hour of light. Saint Respicious failed, perhaps because the larger sisterhood tracked him down and ritually strangled him, but Wozni outlined steps for those who hope to succeed. Poor Saint Respicious, that's not good. Sorry, I was trying to use you, but it didn't quite work out. Wow. Oh, lovely! And we have another one coming up as well. My recent arc is considered significant. I may yet earn a living from this after all. I don't think this is the best way of making a living, personally, but, you know, it is what it is. Some people probably could pull it off. I wouldn't be surprised if there is an artist-based, thing, but as the aspirant, pretty much everything is standard here. And, of course, the human corpse. Oh, yes, that's one of the downsides about the human corpse. It doesn't go away. Oh! Oh, he didn't make evidence out of it. I don't know how the... Holy cow, he believed that it's just a theater prop, detective. It's nothing... And he believed it. Holy crack. Oh, but wait, he may not believe it again. We're good. Oh, dear Lord, this is bad. Oh, no, we are in trouble. Seek in dreams, seek the Mansus. The 3rd mark can be achieved only when one has passed the Stag Door. One must pass the wood. One must rise to the White Door. The Stag Door awaits the Light Bearer in the sight of Gerby. We have Edge and a little bit of Lantern. Nice. More Lantern, the better. Oh, I think that might be a level too low. Okay, what are we doing about this? Okay, the good news is... Okay. You know what I just noticed? I don't have a time limit on there anymore. I guess we're going to be back in there in a minute. And... Okay, it's turned. Oh, thank goodness for timing. Okay. Notoriety. Notoriety. Mystique. Why not a little bit of passion? And the restlessness. Dear God, I love painting sometimes. I don't know why it works this way, but I'm glad for it. Just ignore me. I'm just a humble painter, sir. Maybe it just means we're in our... You know what? Maybe it just means we're secluding ourselves in a basement somewhere and they can't find us. Saint Nympha is described as not born, but cultivated. The sentience that became the saint. Hypatia indicates inhabited a sinner's corpse in order to enable that sinner's redemption. So, I'm wondering if these Rose books are supposed to be hinting at how to deal with your level-ups for each of the 3 main victories. Well, not main victories, but the main... What's the word I'm looking for? Dedications. Or temptations. The value of collected teachings of the Sisterhood of the Knot. That arcane contemplative order that was in all histories, but in some was very powerful indeed. This was recorded by Hypatia and dedicated to Saint Nympha. Interesting. Inhabited a sinner's corpse in order to enable that sinner's redemptions. The sentience that became the saint. Interesting. Alright, let's buy some paints. Good lord, this has been a very scary moment, but you know what? This is a huge moment for the campaign. Because now Mr. Alden won't be... We're gonna have to see what things have resulted in, but... It's nice to not have Mr. Alden down our back. That's right. And once he's been looking for evidence, he's no longer looking for clues, so we're fine. Although it doesn't make the notoriety disappear, it just kind of delays it for a hot while. We're gonna have to sit on it for a bit longer, unfortunately, but hey, we got rid of it. Not all the dead enter the Mansus by the winter door. Not all the dead enter the Mansus at all. Oh, is that how we get ghosts? Oh, wow, we got heart and moth. Interesting. Alrighty, well, we've got a lot of level doubles up on here, so we can go ahead and level things up a lot, I think. How's about we go ahead and do that? Let's go ahead and write down the line. Knock is a good one to work with, since it's kind of used for a lot of rituals. It just wants some erudition, so we can work with that. I'm just waiting for the notoriety to go away, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at Cater and Hero. Going to be a little bit, but, you know, it'll be fine. Just 3 more seasons. The office crackles with the news of Alden's unexpected absence. A scrawny, nervous fellow from the 4th floor has been appointed the supervisor of records. Temporary. Unlike Alden, he does not interfere with my work. Let's see what happens then. Well, I mean, we got at least another section before we get annoyed, so we might be able to be fine with that. Oh, lovely, we had some dread. Alright, got some erudition. Let's go ahead and upgrade you. These may not be important for our particular aspect that's been favored, but all of these are used in the rites, so if we want to empower our rites and have a better chance of doing them, then having the higher stuff is good. Alright, what is next season going to look like? Oh yeah, we're good. That's going to be burning up pretty quick. Alright. Ink, paper, and the fizzing of the electric lights. The office is dark when I leave, but I leave at the appointed time. We have 2 funds, and we didn't even have to work overtime. And I didn't have to use a reason for it. Perfect. The morgue is more demanding, but now is better paid. Let's do a little bit more diligence. And a little bit of devotion, too, why not? Extra hours at Glover & Glover. The work is more demanding, but now is better paid. There's a reason why... So, as you see, it's asking now for 2 reasons at this particular moment. There's a particular reason for that. We've got all 3 of those there, don't we? Knock seems to be one of the trickier ones to get direct lore for, so if anytime you can get an upgrade for that, you might as well, in my opinion. Alright, looks like we're gonna have... Okay, we're gonna have another sickness. So we got basically two more seasons before that'll go away there. Okay. The younger Glover has taken me out for a lunch at his club. I am to do more of the things that I do, more carefully, and in return, he will give me a little more of the money I earned for his father. We are now getting a pay raise. Everything's turning out max. Now, we do still need to work with a bit of devotion in her, unfortunately. This is a trap. This is a trap. Do not. I have given up my dreams. I'll live well enough. No, absolutely not. No, 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 I say. This is people's first real traps at a minor victory, which I say is a loss to me, where you just give up the whole cultist life and you work a steady job getting a wonderful amount of pay. Not for me. We ain't going that way. We are wanting that immortality. Also, you might have noticed, the annoyance is back. What on earth? I suppose, theoretically, I could rise higher if someone died. So, I guess I should say, Mr. Alden sometimes has the ability to just, up and retire. Doesn't die, he just retires. And we take his place. So but that is a very tiny chance. Like 1 out of 100 or something like that. And it doesn't happen very often. I mean, it does happen pretty often because you're going to be working that for the entire game, so it does eventually end up happening. It didn't happen for us, so I kind of wanted to kick that in overgear. In fact, that's the first time I kicked them out. Or kill them in this case. There's a bunch of other ways you could do it, if I understand. But, yeah. But apparently, now there's another level we could go if we really wanted to go that way. But if we do, it gets a little tighter. Alrighty, looks like that we are going to be wearing that out, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. That's been increased. Lovely. I think it's now time to go ahead and pay a visit to Cater and Hero. Slee, my man, if you would be so kind, go lead an expedition on the way. And we'll take someone from Forge. I kind of like going for Forge. The remaining factory walls could topple at any moment. Blackened timbers creak in pain. We must equip ourselves properly and move with dreadful care. That's not good. So, theoretically, we're probably just going to have to be very careful about our step. You would think Lantern would be some guidance on that. Now we get paid 3 coins every time we work. We have now outpaced everything. We just basically won the game, if you ask me. I curl my hands into the correct shapes and begin. It's a very, very, very steady line of money now. Not that we really need it at this point, but now we are going to be rich. Treacherous ground, pits and quags and sudden tumbles. The earth here cannot be trusted. We will need strong hands or clear sight. Why, we are all about the clear sight, aren't we? And then that will go away, so that's fine. Oops. Money. Money is how you make things go around. Okay. The Watchmen clear our sight, so that we can almost certainly pass without error. Still, send as many as we want as possible. Alrighty. We have definitely been very eventful today. Oh, let's go ahead and level up over here as well. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Isn't it nice to get promoted? We definitely earned this promotion, didn't we? I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Alden, he just kind of, up and left, Some people just do that, We are literally on the first level of vaults. Why are we having so many wounds? Son of a gun. How in the world did you trip up like that? I swear, man. Fine, at least you're getting kind of awesome now, a little bit more, I suppose. The Watchmen will clear out the site. Oh, might as well throw in another buck in there just to make sure, because I think they are going to consume a little bit more later. Now, we do still have to worry about the work timer, but it is what it is. Also, I think the higher up we go, there's a chance we can end up getting fired. Okay, we're mud-spattered and thorn-scratched, but we've made it through. Dear Lord. Well, we got a little bit of knock in them. Okay, well. Hey, you know what? Congratulations, you've gotten a little more useful, just a tad. So, you know what? Maybe this is fine. Some scars. Gad's character. Just don't get 2 more of these suckers. Jesus. 3 scars. Wait. 3 scars of the same type will kill. Oh, so maybe it's not that bad after all. I hope. We'll see. I've never actually lost someone to the scars. That means they could kind of get more interesting. We'll see. Our exhibition plans for the next challenge. We've already got a $1 in there, so we'll go ahead and let that spend. Not that it matters anymore. I've never had over 100 coin. You think we can pull that off in this campaign too? That would be funny to see what happens. Because you can see how much we were losing money hand over fist. And now we are never going to have money problems ever again. Alright, next level of Moth. And next up, what's this one? Requires practical experiments? What's this? Pain is only what happens now. Knowledge is what we will remember. To upgrade or subvert this fragment, you need to risk your health or use a prisoner. Hey, we have a prisoner! I forgot that maybe sometimes you might need to do that. It's a little concerning that you need to use a prisoner to get a hold of some of these things, but you know what it is. So you know what, with that, maybe a bit of cult business wouldn't be so bad to have. Did I ever see what a winter person does? Murder a stranger. Ah, right. We don't need you to do that. We don't need a corpse right now, if you don't mind. Alrighty. 2 floorboards lift the way to reveal a hollow beneath Cater's desk. The rats have made free with the biscuits he stored there against the peckishness which haunts the entrepreneur. But they could not penetrate this iron lockbox. A moment with a crowbar will open it. We got a bit of Spintria? We have a Moravine idol. The Moravi would make little wooden idols to placate the witch twins, which they feared in their lake. The lake is almost dry now, but the idols and the witch twins yet remain, yet shadowed with the aspect of the heart. Alright, so we have a tool from the heart side of things. Not exactly the most useful thing for me. Oh, look, a vital pigment. A grail-based pigment. An abandoned warehouse, a rotting shell beside a rotting river. Who would follow us here? Well, if we ever get really tied up on notoriety, we could end up using that. I don't know if it has anything special in it. We have another book, Lord Franklin Bancroft Diaries. Hey, Bancroft! Wasn't there a Wayden Bancroft that we work with? And it is in Latin, so I'll put that over there. Well, we've got a return of a fund and a notoriety. Okay. We've gotten rid of all the unique locations, and just we have the Forsaken Reach, which is the one that can be repeated. I can't believe how many wounds we've had in the first vault line. That's not a good sign. That is such a bad that is some bad luck, considering we were just kind of toasting that place. Oh, right. We were going to use a prisoner, because it's better to use someone else than ourselves. I told you we'd find a use for him eventually. Alright, so next, Grail is like seduces people to being captured by you. What does Heart do? Heart. Charm! Not everyone is sympathetic to our aims, but if we have problems with our reputation, our disciple can probably smooth them over? Huh. You know what? Let's go ahead and see what happens with that. I don't know what that means, but I feel like it's worth checking out. You know what? I think now might be a time to try our hand at going a little further along the Mansus. Now that we've got quite a bit more power, after all. The Spider's Door! In dreams, the silken sands are the place that whispers. Gray grains sift, gray weeds quiver. I have read of the angular tracks one must follow, of the sand's arched, unseen, slow-stepping residents. So apparently that's a thing. The Spider's Door, huh? Huh. Interesting. Well, we found ourselves another door, so I'll take it. Although I could have sworn that the next door was something else. Maybe there's multiple extra doors, who knows? Oh, you... Hello, the standards of daylight society cannot apply to us, but perhaps we won't emphasize that point. Perhaps we will rely on charm and good humor. I have supplied elegant platitudes against the high principles of our organization. Hello! Hello! I think I am starting to like the people of the heart. You are my new favorite people. Oh my goodness. I've increased my mastery of the lore of the knife, which we will call by its aspect. Hey! We didn't lose the prisoner. I thought it was going to kill him for sure. Oh dear, that would have turned into a corpse. That would have been a bad idea, wouldn't it? Oh well, I guess if we don't have any evidence against us, that's fine. Still, that got a little scary, didn't it? Alright, what did we find? The sands drain away like water, and beneath is the stone from which gods arose, so long ago. Ahead is the door, glistening like rain, its black surface breaded like with blood, each drop heavy curved like a swollen tick. Oh dear. Ooh, the Spider's Door. In my dreams, I found the way to the Spider's Door, something called the Bloody Gate, or more, informally, the Wrong Door. In my dreams, I know the path through the silken sands to the Spider's Door. If I slake its thirst by spilling fresh blood before I sleep, it will open to me. So, the Spider's Door is a bit of a, it's a unique one. The Spider's Door is always thirsty. Always. The blood I have given leaks in threads and spills the skin of the world, and the door drinks it, and a moment's satisfaction swells its opening until I can pass. You need to kill somebody to go through that door. It is a... I don't know too much about what's behind that door, per se, because it's not one you're going to go through very often, due to the fact that every time you try to... I don't know if it eats a... Well, if it eats a corpse, that'll be nice. So whenever I get another corpse, I'll test that. But, it kills a person. Yeah. So, yeah, you gotta be careful with how you're gonna do things with that, because it kills people! Maybe we should just go around that particular door. Now. Oh, and notice that! We have so much more money! If only we had that earlier. Alrighty, next up we want to go ahead and level up the heart. No one understands us, or else they understand us too well. Oh, we got a peculiar rumor out of that, I guess. Well, now that I know how that works, I think I'm going to go ahead and just have that do that again. That seems worth it, because all I got was a peculiar rumor. That's not bad at all, I think. If it ends up getting the notoriety gone, that would be awesome if it speeds things up for me. Yeah, I don't know if this works with Yeah, I think it only works with prisoners and not corpses. Which is a very scary thing to have to deal with, in my opinion. Let's just say there was only one time I went through the spider door. consistently, and it was because I was playing a Grail playthrough. Let's just say that gives you plenty of opportunities to have ways of getting through that door. You know, I wonder if this actually gets rid of the notoriety, or if it only holds it off, which is not a bad way. And oh, I dreamt of opening doors. Red doors, and gold doors, and doors of glass, and doors bound like books, and railway carriage doors, and castle gates. Behind one was the something I seek. I woke with the slamming of doors still in my ears. Oh, good lord, it is literally Pomni going through the office. No wonder we were kind of in a little restlessness in that. You know what? I'm beginning to think it doesn't make the notoriety go away. I think it's just another way of making notoriety kind of get tamed up for a bit. Which is fair. Let me test that one more time. I want to see the timing on how that worked. Because it magnified it, which means it shouldn't pull. It shouldn't allow somebody to pull from it. Okay, so that's 60 seconds. So that takes a minute for that to go. What happens if we... Okay, we have to use devotion. That's fine. We have enough reason for it. We have tons of reason. Oh, great. We have dread. Child's play now at this point, getting rid of that. Waking chant. We got that up. Let's go ahead and go up with you now. One good thing is, if we do ever want to go down in levels, we can do that, too. It's notoriously difficult to destroy the lore, but it can happen. Oh, dear lord. Nah, okay. Maybe I should have paid a little bit more attention to how that was working out. Oh, thank God, it does get rid of it. Okay. We got lucky. Okay. It does get rid of it, and it did get rid of it technically faster than if it was on its own, I think. Let's get ourselves a nice chunk of change. So with that gone, let's go ahead and go through here. The law does not touch this decaying fringe of the city. The mud here has claimed many lives, and there will, no doubt, be some wretched criminals or other lairing in the warehouse. So usually there's not too much that's going to be found in these areas. Usually it's repeatable things, I think. So anything that you found before in the other areas can kind of be found again, except for books. Because those books can only be found once. Let's see. What do we have here? Oh, we have two things we have to deal with. Okay. Well, we know we have to have lanterns, so let's go ahead and bring... Let's bring Cat into this. And then we're going to have to bring somebody else involved pretty soon, too. Bye-bye. And then that will be the last of the first level vaults we're going to be dealing with. The Watchman will clear out sight so that we can almost certainly pass without error. Great! Now then, let's go ahead and bring the people with some dagger in them. And why not? We'll go ahead and here to see if we can't get a little more luckier about getting some more lore. Alright, the Grail one has been leveled up. Wonderful. You need Erudition, so we'll go ahead and train you up there. And of course, you're back again. He's always hounding my every step. Sorry, detective. No notoriety for you to get this time. Alright, looks like we did well. Why not throw one more coin in there? I think we get a refund on any coins that's not spent anyways. But it's sort of, I believe it gives us more chances at a problem aside from, you know, normal death. Whoops. Okay, back in the Mansus. What is this thing? The tricuspid gate. That's the one thing I don't know what that is. Ooh, oh no, that's gonna turn into a dread, isn't it? Although that is powerful. Look at that. Level 10 on the... My goodness. You know, I think... If I recall... At some point, somewhere, you can be able to use it to change it into something else. Alright, the Watchers aren't ready for us. We should be able to bring them down. Well, let's be sure we can definitely bring them down. The Watchers will almost certainly regret standing against us. That are these guys, the Watchers. Mortals, perhaps even ordinary mortals. But quite a number of them, and they can be fought, seduced, or deceived. Alrighty. Far so good. Getting stronger. And let's deal with that really quick before that becomes more of a problem. Let's see, who have I not seen yet? Since we got Heart, Forged Craftsmanship line. What does knock do? Is knock thievery, I think? No, knock is burglary. What is... In that case, what do you... Whoops. What is it that Moth does? Moth? Hoodwink. My disciples can probably use their talents to part fools from their treasures. Eh, why not? Worth a shot. Contentment. Yeah. We are very much not going to have to worry about money for a hot while here. And alright, we have succeeded through there. Wonderful. We're going to get another level up over here. Nice, nice, nice. I'm going to get rid of that dread with this contentment, because that is fresh dread is better than old dread. Or worse than... What a wonderful time. We went through all the level 1 vaults. We went ahead and got our old boss disappeared. I'm assuming he blew up his house or something. He was a bomb maker after all. Okay. Oh, we have another... So there are some things that can get repeated as long as they do not have the icon for, you know, for being a one-time thing. So we have another cracked noonstone. We can get that fixed up pretty well. Bitter black salts. That is another pigment. No ordinary chemist could produce these dark gleaming crystals, not without the touch of the forge. We have a Greek tome. Put that with the other one. And that was it. Yeah. Usually when you go to these places, you don't really get anything too unique. It's more of like extra things. Lot of the same things that are repeatable, like these pigments. Not so much these... Some of the tools. Anything that's not listed as a unique item. Why is that a unique item, I wonder? Oh, because it's level 8. That's probably why. So it's very unique. Okay. I think we're just about to wrap things up here. Oh, they just straight up stole money and had notoriety with it. Okay, well, you know what? I think that this is a good time to take a pause here. We did a lot of wonderful work here. Actually, let's go ahead and get rid of this infliction as well, because I don't want to forget it when I come back next. I at the very least want to get that going. Wonderful. I know I'm going to forget it if I come back. All right, so with that being done, I want to thank you very much for joining me with us here. Next time... we will have to see... We're going to be going through the green layer. The ones in the Shires. And we're going to continue leveling up our lores. Maybe do some more commissions, maybe. maybe we might try our hand at finding love. Who knows? We got another book we're gonna want to work with, so I'm gonna just put that here to remind me that it's there, because I can get a little tunnel vision now and then. And of course, we have to get rid of all this notoriety. I also learned you can get rid of notoriety with these wonderful people from the Heart Clan. I love them. All right, thank you very much for joining me here. You have a good rest of your day, and be sure to live life to the max. I'm out!